Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the TMG show. Just so we can get you caught up, Katherine is back, and she's talking about her decaying body. Now Katherine is talking about her decaying hair. You said you have old elderly hair?
Yeah, you know when like your grandma comes over and when she leaves and there's like a trail of her hair?
I don't know what that feeling is like, but I know what it's like when they sit under the kitchen light and it's illuminating. You know, you're looking into another world down there.
You can see their brain.
Yeah. You can see her thinking.
Yeah. I have that. My hair's so thin. So listen.
Can you do anything for that? Is there anything for girls? Like, you know, men go to Turkey for hair plugs?
It's called hair extensions.
Okay, extensions do that.
So that's why I'm red-eyeing to Atlanta on Friday.
Yeah, Katherine's doing a red eye to Atlanta to get. Why do extensions take so long?
Well, because it's so. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to tell you all the secrets. I have two wefts, two rows, and
what's a weft?
A weft is like
weft. Got it.
Yeah, weft. It's like a row of hair that they sew into your roots.
Oh, you're not supposed to talk about this?
People don't, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I got my chin injected this week too to melt the fat off.
Okay. How do they do that?
I think it's still a little bullfroggy. Can we cast a shadow up here?
Yeah.
It's so fun that we live in a day and age though that you can just you can do it all. The extensions, they take them out and then they brush them, they kiss them. And they tell them a little story, and then they have to recolor them, and then they recolor your hair, and then it's called moving them up. So then they have to sew them back up to the top of the root of your hair. And, not everybody can do that, so you have to fly to Atlanta sometimes.
Right. Because your girl's the best.
Because my girl's the best. And that's why I go to Raleigh, North Carolina over 4th of July, so I can make money to pay for my hair extensions.
How often do you do extensions?
Every 8 weeks. It's very expensive, and I'm truly going to be homeless.
Because of your extensions.
Yeah, and I don't care.
This is the price to be a girl.
Yeah. Yeah, to be, to be a little Barbie doll.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, women's beautification services seem expensive.
You know what? I always, people, I feel like when I was a little bit younger, I'd hear women be like, yeah, he's going to pay for the dinner because I spent money on my hair and my outfit and my skincare. And I was always like, no, independent woman.
Yeah.
Like, pick up your side of the check. And now that I'm red-eyeing to Atlanta to get my extensions done and then flying back, I'm like, yeah, you can buy Olive Garden.
That's good. Well, Raleigh, how did it end up going?
Listen, every experience is worth living.
Who's the craziest person you saw this weekend?
Well, that's the sad part. It ended up being me, being the craziest.
Even better.
I know. Okay, so it was actually really fun.
Yeah.
But it was 3 days, 4 shows over 4th of July.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty lonely. And like July 4th, day of, it was a Friday, day of. I was kind of, the hotel and the club is in this shopping center area.
Yeah.
And so I was walking around there and no one else was there. So it gave me a glimpse into the apocalypse.
Right.
And the only store that was open was an antique store. So I walk in and there was a ghost working the clerk, the cashier, cash register.
What's the rough age? 1,000, 1,500?
Listen. She had opinions about wagons.
Okay.
She'd gone through a wagon or two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ever
she sees these cars with big rims and she's like,
yeah,
I remember when those was made of wood.
Yeah. Oh my God. I remember I had the Tesla wagon.
Yeah.
It was just a horse on steroids. 3 horses on steroids pulling us.
I remember real horsepower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so a ghost is working the antique store.
No one else is in this whole shopping center.
This feels like the beginning of what's Jordan Peele's production company?
Oh.
Yeah, like a Monkey Paw movie. Like you walk in, there's all these antiques, and there's this ghost lady, and she's like, we got some from Hungary in the back.
Anyways, and then I did 4th of July show, and it was fun, but I was like, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
But it was like a good show. People showed up. They were down. I felt like I had to do a really good job because I was like, the fact that they're at a comedy show on the 4th of July.
Yeah, it's got to be solid.
I was like, you guys have, you have nothing to live for. I have to give you a show.
Yeah.
I feel like I was doing like an orphanage Christmas morning.
Is that how the crowd felt?
Well, here's the thing. So I was really making fun of them for being at the show.
Of course.
And you don't realize how much you can be kind of mean with a microphone.
Yes.
And you don't realize in the moment because no one else can check you.
Yeah.
And so the next day, it's July 5th, and I'd been alone for a long time.
Yeah.
And it felt apocalyptic. So I started to play, like I was outside during the day, I was in the shopping center area. Yeah. And I, in my mind, started to play zombies.
Okay.
And so I was kind of just pretending like the people walking around were zombies. Okay. And I was like...
okay.
And I was like kind of hiding behind park benches and like trees. I was, it's 3 days alone. 4th of July weekend in Raleigh.
Yeah.
And so you go a little crazy.
Yeah.
Have you ever played zombies as an adult?
No.
Okay. So I just, it's more of a game in your head. You don't think people are noticing you playing it.
Yeah.
But this couple kind of like...
Actually, no, that's a lie. I have played zombies. I have been to Pittsburgh.
And you it's so lonely. Wait, those are just real zombies.
Look, no, not everyone from Pittsburgh, but no, some of you.
You go to towns and you're like, oh, y'all are gonna survive the apocalypse.
Yeah.
You're already doing it.
That's what I mean. Is Pittsburgh is a tough ass town.
Yeah.
Some of you guys are built differently.
Dude, Tacoma.
Yeah, Tacoma. I've been there in a while, but yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Those people are camping.
Yeah, but I haven't. I've not played zombies as an adult.
Well, it's. You can kind of keep it pretty internal.
But who was there on 4th of July? Were we talking couples? We talking?
Yeah, there was a lot of couples, sweet, nice people. So I don't. Yeah, and then a lot of single men.
Yeah. Single
men that weren't interested in making much eye contact. With anyone. But the next day I was outside. I was playing zombies, and this zombie couple kept trying to get my attention. I was like, shit, they're onto me. They want to eat me. So I kind of was like in my head, like hiding from them.
Sure.
And they finally like came up to me and they looked me in the eyes and they're like, hey, we just want to let you know we were one of the losers at your show last night and we really liked it. And I was like, I think I'm the loser.
Yeah. Right.
That's what happens. You're not alone on the road much. You bring openers and stuff.
Yeah, I have. I got a couple homies that'll open, and then got some young guns that I've been giving some looks recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then got my tour manager. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have a crew.
Yeah, I'm usually with one or two people. Yeah. And
you guys are together.
Yeah. Yeah, we hang out. We go. The routine's pretty simple. I'll fly in the day of the first set of shows. We go play pool till I'm fucking sick in the mind. 3 or 4 in the morning. We'll go back to the hotel. We'll smoke weed. I will stumble through the hotel lobby snacks, and then I will, on occasion, if I'm stoned enough, I go like a child. I go, do y'all got milk in the back? And I ask for a glass of milk or in a plastic cup, and I go up into my room high as God, and I eat a whole sleeve of Oreos, slam that milk, fall asleep, wake up maybe 6 hours later, we go to breakfast, I slam a iced latte. Sometimes I'll typically sometimes I wake up, go to the gym. If I skip the gym, there's enough time, and I might be so disgusting that I go, when is that pool hall open? And I'll go back and I'll play pool for an hour or two before the shows. Then we go hit the shows. Then I'll play pool again till about 2 or 3 in the morning. Get on my flight for about 4 hours. And 4 hours later or 5 hours later, because I always take a 6 or 7 a.m. out. And then I go home, having just slept on the plane. I take a shower and I be dad. And that's a show weekend for me.
You shouldn't look this healthy. You should be toothless with boils on your face. How do you live like that and look like this?
Korean baby foreskin.
Jesus
I learned it from Julia Roberts.
You eat Korean baby foreskin?
Yeah. Well, no, they that's what. You haven't seen that clip? I love that clip. Can we pull that up? I love showing this clip to people. I don't eat it. It's just, this is insane. What they pull up here. Yeah, no,
Are you 14? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm eternally 16. I don't know.
That pisses me off so much, man.
Why?
I don't know. I add one vitamin to my regimen, and my body's like, bitch, your nails about to fall off. You ain't got no more eyebrows. We all effed up. And you're having real milk? Yeah, they have real milk still?
Oh, yeah.
And Oreos, and you're in a smoky pool hall for 12 hours a weekend?
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, you're dancing with the devil. Your time is numbered.
I mean, pool is in my genes.
Your family does pool?
No, but where my mom is from.
You're from Florida?
Yeah, she's from Florida. Yeah, she's Floridian. Yeah. Look at this clip.
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby. That's what it is.
Okay.
Who comes up with this?
Who comes up with this? Jeffrey Epstein.
Wait, does the baby, is the family blessed for decades after? You pay a lot of money for the baby to donate its foreskin cream to Sandra Bullock, and then she pays for that baby's schooling?
I don't think so. I mean, here's the thing. Foreskin, I don't think they're when they're yanking that stuff off, I don't think they're doing anything particularly novel with the supply.
Wait, so
assuming this is true, I think.
Well, I'm just upset that it was a baby. I was thinking It was an adult man who just has foreskin, and every week or so he showers and there's a cream or something that develops underneath of it.
A cream.
And then he scrapes that up and puts that into a jar and mails it to Sandra Bullock. And I was okay with that. I believe
that's called schmegma.
Schmegma? Is that what it's called? Foreskin crust?
Yeah.
Foreskin debris? But it comes from just one-time use from a baby that they remove it from the baby. And
well,
put that
I would assume that the baby has gone cut.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of, raw material at that point. And then they just hit it with a syringe. What is this now? Beauty industry part of foreskin. Well, now the podcast has become very dark and sad.
And I just want now. Here's my question though.
Why'd they have to put this image of the baby crying? That shit is crazy.
It's like when you give your dog up for adoption. Do you get to can you sign something off where you find out where your baby's foreskin cream who it goes to?
That's a great question.
Can you go I don't want it to go to Dak Shepard?
I in my experience you can't specify.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you get to find out though who it goes to, or is it you don't find out? You sign off.
Look at holy shit. You were sitting here saying cream being funny. This might be the most disgusting sentence I've seen in a while. Putting a baby's foreskin on your face, look at them trying to defend it. Putting a baby's foreskin on your face might sound more suited to a satanic ritual, but here's how it works. Kind of like the human flesh version of yogurt, a fibroblast is a piece of skin that is used as a culture to grow other skin cells. Just completely sanitizing what they're doing. Baby foreskins are the golden standard. So are you putting a ton of these on your face like Nicorette patches?
Yeah. I guess, but we eat veal. Y'all, we eat veal. you can't tell me one day you're gonna eat veal and then you're not gonna put baby Korean foreskin cells on your eyelids.
Well, we don't take
upper blefs are expensive.
Yeah.
You know,
but we don't take veal penis and lay it on.
I bet you do. Well, we've been using what is it, snail cum?
Yeah, I've heard of that one. Can you pull that up? Snail cum. Maybe don't put cum. Maybe like snail.
Right? Is that what it's called?
How would you say that?
And also, here's yeah. I brought this brand. Now, here's my question.
What are they? Mucin?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I've seen a snail, and I'm looking at this bottle. I've had this bottle. It's a large bottle. Inside that bottle, you could probably put, I don't know, 26 to 42 whole snails.
Yeah.
So how much
snail
ejaculation are they doing a day to fill up that bottle with just the snail's secretion?
I mean, they have to have, the thing is, if you run a snail cum factory, it's only going to be about a shoebox.
Oh my God, you're so right. Dude, per capita, that's genius. It's a great business to get into.
Yeah, I mean, if we should get out of this and we should just create a wall of snails and fucking milk them all right here.
Yeah, look how much snail jizz we could have going on just in this little square.
It'd be like it'd be a total, it'd be a snail rights violation to the fullest, animal rights.
And then do you also say, well, now we're getting really political here.
Yeah.
But you go like, listen, you can't be pro-life and then put snail cum on your face because it's a young baby. It's a lot of babies on your face.
Oh.
That's gross. Sorry.
People who are pro-life, they wouldn't consider the jizz life.
They wouldn't?
No, that's why...
What the hell?
Oh, I get it. No, that makes sense.
Mute that. We'll leave it in, but mute it. Yeah.
It's like...
They don't consider it life until it's, I think, embryo.
Oh, with the boy and the girl.
No. I mean, like...
It's fertilized.
Oh, yeah, no. I think pro-life people consider it life when the sperm... I forget the term, but basically it's like when they create the first cell.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like the sperm implants. Yeah, it implants and then it creates like the first cell.
Yeah.
They believe. I think that's what pro-life.
It's like instead of eating your food, you just chew it up and spit it out.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, no, I think that's bang on. I think that's exactly how they think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of eating your food, you just chew it up and spit it out. Yeah. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, HelloFresh. Summer is the season to enjoy and do all the things you've been waiting for. So the last thing you want to be doing is spending more time in the kitchen or worse, the supermarket. HelloFresh makes it easier to fit quick home-cooked meals into your schedule every week by curating delicious recipes right to your door, like panko-crusted chimichurri barramundi. Doesn't that sound good? Or sun-dried tomato-grilled cheese sandos. As well as over 100 seasonal snacks, sides, and treats. This summer, HelloFresh has made it even easier to enjoy delicious, healthy, and homemade quality meals with their new ready-made meals. These heat-and-go HelloFresh meals are chef-crafted, flavorful dishes, ready in just 3 minutes, so you can dig in and go do summer right. Every HelloFresh meal uses high-quality ingredients, including seasonal, fresh produce, proteins that travel from the farm to your doorstep, and are simple with easy-to-follow recipe cards or simple heat 'em and eat 'em options. Choose from 60 recipes every week, including prep and bake and ready-made meals, and 100-plus market items to add on to breakfast, lunch, and more. The other day, I was chefing up that crispy chicken katsu meal. Easy to prep, Came all together in just 30 minutes. So if you want to make your summer enjoyable and delicious by signing up for HelloFresh at HelloFresh.com/TMG10FM, you'll get 10 free meals with a free item for life. That's HelloFresh.com/TMG10FM for 10 free meals and a free item in every box. HelloFresh.com/TMG10FM, one per box with an active subscription. Free meals are applied as a discount on the first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. Hey, everybody, want to take another quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Cash.app. Cash.app is great. I use it often with friends when we're trading dollars at the pool hall, at coffee shops. I'm always on the road. You guys know this. When I tour, Cash.app is a great way for me and my buddies to cover each other. Cash App can do way more than you think, though. It can make your money work for you. If you direct deposit at least $300 in paychecks each month and use the Cash App card for purchases, you can earn up to 4% annual interest on your savings with no hidden fees, no minimum balance requirements. Also, you can hit your savings goals even faster by turning on the Roundups feature on your Cash App card. With Roundups, every purchase you make using the card is rounded up to the nearest dollar, and that spare change is automatically put into your savings. Don't let your money sit around and gather dust. Make it work for you. You can take advantage of high-interest savings on Cash App today. For a limited time only, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash for real. Just download Cash App, use our exclusive referral code, TinyMeat, in your profile, send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Direct deposit roundups, overdraft coverage, and discounts provided by Cash App, A Block Incorporated brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures.
Anyways, this is beautiful. And,
It's funny you bring this up because I was reading a Wikipedia article about the ethics of cloning.
Oh, and people are...
I had a free 10 minutes, so I decided to dive in.
What are people against? That it's like you're creating a...
Yes. So the philosophical argument is that you don't want to set the precedent that life can be created and destroyed at will. You don't want people thinking like, oh, I'll just clone it and kill it and clone it and kill it if I want.
Oh, because the clone they don't see as a real being?
Yeah.
Why, huh?
That's just the argument. The other one that's interesting that I didn't realize people did was people do they call it therapeutic cloning.
Dude, I just am like, when do people have time for this stuff? I'm just like, I can't even finish Breaking Bad.
Well, that's because you're caught up in the machine.
I know. I just am like, I'm trying to like, just sometimes I run out of my moisturizer.
Yeah.
I just like, when do people have time to research foreskin? This is crazy stuff. Every time I get more of these go on, I turn more just like elderly and fed up with everything.
A little bit. That's okay.
I don't. So what are they saying that?
No. So therapeutic cloning is where they just clone, basically they create an almost life. So it's just replication of cells, and then they're testing stuff on those cells for medicine, but they can only keep this clone alive up until 14 days because that's when it would turn into an embryo, and then they kill the cells.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. Supposedly.
So they could, it's like almost fertilized. It's like
it's kind of how, you could look at it. It's just like a little clump of cells, and they're testing stuff against it, and then they nuke it.
Right before it turns into like one full cell.
Or maybe the beginnings of an embryo. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
It is fascinating.
I love that we can do this. Do you know how close we probably are to just like putting our consciousness into a gas bubble and without having bodies?
Yeah.
That's the alien theories. The one that I'm obsessed with is that, have you ever heard the anthill theory?
No.
That like, these are like always the theories about why we haven't quote unquote been contacted by aliens or of another being outside of our world. And one is called the anthill theory, where essentially like how we would see an anthill. We see an anthill and we're like, I have to post a reel and I have a sketch to make and I have to go to a court or whatever. I have all these like big worldly things to do. I don't have time to mess with an anthill. These ants that are, what a lowly life they live.
Yeah.
And it's like almost aliens look at us like that. Like we're so far behind technology wise and everything else that they're just like, there's no point in wasting our time trying to contact this world or mess with them.
Do you think aliens in that respect, do you think they're small or big physically if they exist?
Oh, I like to think that, another theory was that like they're so far beyond in another realm where they figured out how to upload themselves, their consciousness or whatever, into a gas bubble so that they don't have a body ails or ages or whatever. So I like to think that they're all
a gas bubble.
Hell yeah, no. Everybody's just a big old fart. Sorry, that's where we went too far. But yeah, so they're like not even beings.
Yeah,
they're like they're almost like they're not a size.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just a feeling. And in that way, they are big.
They could be huge.
Big feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts?
I like being a giant fart. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, you're like,
just a super intelligent.
Yeah, and then you go
SBD.
like, you're like, what fart would you be? And I'm like, this is me.
You be one of those? Silent but deadly.
It's not silent though. There's a little bit of air.
A little bit of. But you wouldn't have that because that's the anus just slightly giving way.
Mm-hmm. And you feel it, and you love it because you're like, God, I feel physically better.
Yeah.
I felt a good amount of gas leave my body, and my gut feels better.
I ate something the other night, and this is the first time that you want to talk about getting older. This is the oldest thing I felt in a while. I had to lie on my side, and I just felt like I was going all night. I had to lay on my stomach to just get the burps out.
Good. Yeah. You should. You're eating like a runaway child.
I don't do it, Man, that is funny when you ran away from your parents.
Yeah.
You always packed the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you packed Oreos, chips, and a soda.
Yeah, and you were like, screw you guys.
Your ass is going to be hungry in 10 minutes.
For sure. And it's all sugar.
Yeah, it's all
and you're like, why am I crying?
Yeah.
An hour later.
And your parents are crossing their fingers like maybe they just get too tired to come back.
No, they're just like, go.
Yeah.
Go.
That was always funniest when you threatened to run away from your parents and they said, go ahead.
Go. Yeah.
And you did it and you got 2 houses down. They're like, see ya.
And you're like, oh.
You're like, wait.
I'm cold.
Yeah. Speaking of running away, that does give me a wild memory of me and I don't even want to.
No, come on.
This one is not because back in I should preface, back in the 90s, a lot of parents left their kids in hot cars. That was very normal. They'd crack the windows. If there's 2 or 3, they'd be like, buddy system, you're good.
Yeah.
So one of my family members would leave me and all the young ones in the car often, not in a malicious way, but it was like, hey, I'm running in. I just got to get some shit. Mm-hmm. Just stay alive in this bitch.
Yeah. It wasn't bad till there was condensation on the windows.
Yeah. And so I remember the windows were cracked and we were laughing at this guy in his car because he was probably just like hammered and not right, but he was like fucked up. So he was like acting really weird in the car. We were kind of laughing about it. And then 2 of us, I didn't get to see it, but 2 of us peered in the window and they looked through, and one of them was a girl. She screams. And then the other one screams, and this guy slams his car door shut, and I'm like, what's going on? And I guess the dude was just whacking it in the parking lot. Yeah.
Did he know that there was children watching?
No. Like he thought he was totally by himself.
And see, that's the problem with leaving kids in hot cars.
Yeah.
The steam fogs up the windows, and then you don't know that you're jacking off in front of children. And that's why you shouldn't. That's why you shouldn't leave kids in hot cars.
So ultimately, you know, it was our elders' fault.
Yeah.
It was our elders' fault that you would leave us in there.
Yeah.
When that guy's just trying to have a day jack.
He just left his family. He was sick and tired of all the children and the screaming and getting interrupted with his jack off. And so he went to a Macy's parking lot.
And the irony is he went there and got interrupted by children again.
Another young girl screaming at his penis. That's messed up. We saw a bunch of jacked up stuff, though, as children.
Yeah.
Because we were alone a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the housing crisis did to a lot of people, you know? Did you have friends ever be like, let's go to rotten.com?
No. What's rotten.com? No, we had like...
Oh.
No, we did like salad fingers.
Salad fingers is okay.
That was pretty weird.
That was definitely weird.
That's the skibidi of my generation.
Yes, yeah. It was definitely weird, yeah.
Old Greg.
Yeah.
Old Greg.
Yeah, salad fingers was odd.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do rotten.com, though. What, was that more weird?
That was just gore. Just...
Like actual human beings?
Yeah, just like...
Really?
Just like dead people. It was fucked up.
What?
Yeah.
And you watched that as children?
Yeah, we would visit as like, can you stomach it? But, you know, wouldn't go all the time. I knew people that were like really...
Macabre images of blood and gore. Isn't that the thing that you sew and then you put on your wall?
Macabre?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, English people say macabre and we say macabre.
Oh.
Fucking
no
English.
No one says macabre.
No one says macabre, no. That was Louisville education right there.
Macabre of blood?
What the
hell y'all getting into?
What the fuck did you think?
You shut up and fall asleep in this hot car.
What is macabre? What did you think that was?
Well,
macabre, isn't that like when a kid comes home and he makes like a turkey out of like macaroni?
You know when they put hummus on a sandwich?
What is
this,
macabre?
a macabre?
What is macabre?
Kind of, I thought it was the, you know, like the beige kind of just little thing you've sewn together, and then you buy it for $250 at an Urban Outfitters, and you put it on your dorm room wall. Macrame.
Pull up macrame. Let me see what this is.
This is a dumb bitch's art.
I was gonna say something. Macrame.
Yeah.
Got it.
Macrame.
Got it.
Yeah, dumb bitch's art. You know what I'm saying? This is the art you find on a wall.
You guys just did the. It's always two dumb bitches saying exactly to each other. You just did that in real time.
This girl has a flower crown at her wedding. You know what I mean? This bride has flowers in her veil. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you stayed with a girl with macrame in her wall.
I haven't. That's why I'm lacking input here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is a girl that, you know, she's gotten into tarot cards and given it up 3 or 4 times.
Oh, okay.
You know? 3
or 4 times in the tarot card session?
Yeah. She gets into it, she starts it, and then she, you know, she dips in and out. She dabbles with tarots.
Right.
That's a macrame girl. You know what I'm saying?
Tarots.
Yeah.
She got tarots, you know.
Yeah. This is like the most basic, like, this is the basicest girl art on the face of the planet. This is women's version of a Scarface poster.
Ah, there we go. This
is women's version of The Godfather and the Caddyshack poster.
There's a dude chuckling, ripping that poster from the wall right now. I ain't even into that.
Yeah, right, dude. This is, you know what, like, are guys still doing Scarface? I don't think guys realize.
None of my guys.
Yeah, right.
Swear down. Swear down, mate.
What is it now? Like Pineapple Express?
I'm a fucking dude. I'm a dad. You know, I just like I don't. You know, I don't. The only poster I have in my house is it's an old poster given to me by a buddy of the Bigfoot monster truck.
I don't know what is that.
Pull it up, Bigfoot monster truck. He's considered one of the original monster trucks. I think the guy who owns it considers himself the original monster truck.
Oh, wow. Really cool poster.
Yeah, can you add poster to the end? None of these are the poster. But a buddy of mine got it at a garage sale. I wonder if it's none of these.
Dude, imagine there's no other like cars like this in the world. And he's just trying to tell his wife, he's like, no, you don't understand, honey. We have to put our life savings into this truck.
It's the only one. It's none of these images. It's just
I gotta wrap it with flames and big old semi tires.
It's just a photo of this thing flying through the air. That's it.
We used to I used to work at the arena in college.
Yeah.
My arena. And during the day, like, you know, I worked like the reception and box office and stuff, so it was just Monday through Friday. And whenever you had like monster truck rallies or Cirque du Soleil was the best.
Oh, what kind of people are showing up to Cirque du Soleil?
The audience members?
Yeah. Do you remember?
It's a lot of. I mean, this was Columbia, South Carolina, so it's a lot of field trips.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot of kid shows, which is fine. But the best is when these, or even like when the circus would come, the daytime was weird because they were like pretty much like carnies.
Yeah.
They were like modern day carnies.
Yeah.
Like walking around.
Yeah.
And kind of, and monster truck people were not, those were sadly the more normal of the groupings, but like Cirque du Soleil was so cool because during the day you would walk into the arena and they would be practicing, and I remember the what are the contortionists?
Yeah.
I don't remember what show it was, but during the actual show they would be like dressed up as lizards.
Okay.
And like flipping around. But dude, this was so weird. I remember going down there like because I had to go check on something, and so I'm just like a child.
Yeah.
I'm 20 years old. I haven't seen the world. I don't know about cruelties in the world. And I just see the contortionist practicing on the stage, and there's a woman with a long plastic, almost whip. And as they're doing their routine, she's like pop, 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 and like whipping them in certain points on their bodies.
To make them
bend more.
That is, I wonder.
Isn't that nuts? Isn't that a weird? And I was just like trying to pretend like I wasn't watching this abuse.
Yeah. You're like, oh, it's their job.
Yeah. That was so weird. And like they'd be walking around the arena and stuff, and it would just be, I mean, they were just large, just like Hungarian men, and then just tiny Asian women.
Yeah. As lizards.
Yeah, as lizards. It was a cool world to like witness and see, but the monster truck people, those were like the most like normal rural people. Those are just people that you gave up trying to ride a bull. Yeah,
I think monster trucks now are especially really, really commercialized. I don't think I've been to a few shows myself.
Do you like the monster trucks? Or do you like
I've been to Monster Jam a handful of times. Yeah, I took my nephew once, and we took our nephew. We went one time as a meme with some friends, but that was an excuse because I actually enjoyed it. It started on a birthday. It was a birthday, and they were in town, and a fucking dude. It was so cheap. A full box suite.
Yeah.
At Crypto now, but then Staples.
Yeah.
It was $50 a seat.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot. You're selling trucks going over dirt hills.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So now that I've been to a couple, I really want to go and shout out Monster Jam. They've been very nice to host me on occasion, and They're cool. But shout out to Monster Jam. You know, I'm a 10-year-old. You know, I get I leverage all of my success for the dumbest shit ever. But I really want to go to a show like in Houston, because I've yet to see it in one of the big mega stadiums.
What's the? I mean, those flips. Whoa, that is cool.
Oh no, when you see them in person, the sound. I mean, it turns you into a little kid. But like, yeah, it's nuts.
I thought they were just going over little hills like that.
No, they
Whoa, they do flips and stuff.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's badass, dude.
See.
I didn't. My eyes were not open to Monster Jam.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And I got to go inside the most famous one, Gravedigger.
Oh, I think I have heard of Gravedigger.
You definitely heard Gravedigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to sit inside the cockpit, and the controls are pretty crazy.
So what kind of people are at a Monster Jam? And do they think, like, is it like wrestling where they think wrestling is real? Do they think that these cars are alive?
I don't think they think they're alive. It's definitely for the kids.
Okay.
That's what I mean. It's really commercialized. Like all the kids, like they have toys. They're cool looking toys. So it's a lot of husbands that probably yell really loud at their wife. They're doing it there at the stadium.
Yeah.
The kid has his monster truck themed what is it? They're not like headphones. It's like, you know, soundproof for gun range. And he's not hearing daddy yell.
Right, about how the mashed potatoes are too salty, woman.
Yeah, that, or it's just, you know, it's like dudes that wear all black and fitted caps, and they're going, why the fuck you ain't put ketchup on both of them? You fucking know I like ketchup. Then he turns to his bud and he's like, fucking clearly married the wrong one. And his boy's like, yeah, tell me about it.
I knocked up the wrong one.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
Yes, and then that guy's girlfriend is sitting next to the wife getting yelled at. And so there's that scene.
Yeah.
And then to the left, because you're in LA, there's always like a sort of quiet Latino father with his child. He's got a Dodgers hat on.
Uh-huh.
And they're a little bit meek, you know? They're just like kind of together.
Yeah.
And
really?
Yeah, and he's handing him his food, and he's like, don't spill that.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have random young people there like, I can't fucking wait for him to pull up. Yeah, fuck yeah, monster trucks. And then you have me trying to be ironic. Anytime the Gravedigger comes out, I stand up and I start digging a hole.
They have choreography?
Me and the boys do, yeah. We like to be annoying about it. Whenever Gravedigger gets a good score, we all stand up and we start digging a hole.
They get scores?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they get scored. I don't know what the fuck the judges are on.
I don't know what this is compared to, like, what would be ironic for us to go to.
As
maybe
girls?
A pageant?
Probably a pageant. Yeah, I think a pageant or like a swimsuit competition.
Yeah.
As a girl, what unlocks like a sort of primal, that's my favorite?
I think it's probably...
Is it like The Bachelor?
Yeah, but even more like childish, like a little bit more like...
It has to be more juvenile.
Yeah,
Going
more...
to the American Girl doll thing.
Oh my God, yes.
You know,
oh yeah, you guys like that shit. Not all girls, but
I don't like that, but
some girls
do.
Really.
Dude, it was so devastating. I got mine too late in life. My parents never got me the American Girl doll when everybody else was getting them. When like Samantha was in, and you know, like who else? Samantha was from, I don't know, the 40s maybe. And she was, and her outfits were hard because she was going, I think this was pre-depression.
Right,
you know,
right,
so
right,
the
right.
fashion was really in and it was thriving. And then this is what my parents got me. This is so depressing. Yeah, look at Samantha. Dude, she was like new. You know when she grew up.
Can I be all the way serious and you're probably going to have to mute this? This girl looks like she's...
Yeah, well, she's got buck teeth and she won't shut her mouth. Shut your mouth, Samantha. We can't afford braces yet.
How much is one of these?
So expensive. And like, God, she's probably what, $250?
$175.
Wow, it's gone down. But the crazy thing is, this was so sad. My friends had Molly, they had Samantha, they had all the cool ones. Who was Kirsten? And then my parents.
All these names, man.
I was obsessed with him. And then my parents finally got me one, probably like 7th or 8th grade. They got me Kit, which is the only one with short hair. And she was a freaking journalist. And I think she was during like right after the Great Depression. It was the most depressing one. Look at Kit.
Oh, she's a lesbian.
She's absolutely a lesbian.
That's what they thought you were.
She looks like she was raised by lesbians.
Yeah.
And all my friends were like, yeah, we're putting our American Girl dolls up. We're dancing to Spice Girls now. You know, we're wearing short little dresses like Posh Spice. And and I don't want my parents to be disappointed. So I'm like in front of them trying to pretend like I enjoy playing with Kit. Yeah. But it was so embarrassing. You know, I got like the new age American Girl doll that just, she was like the new girl in town that nobody wanted to play with.
Yeah.
Look at her dumb little purse and her little cardigan. But this is so fun, dude. I was obsessed with American Girl doll because you remember the babies? You could customize the babies to make them look like you.
No.
Yeah, you could get a younger doll and you could pick out its hair and like how wavy its hair was or how curly and its eyebrows and like eye color and shit. Yeah, customize that baby. Make that baby hot. Make that a sexy toddler.
This is what they're afraid cloning would turn into. Commercialized eugenics. That's what they're afraid. Just that he would actually go to an interface just like this one.
Make my baby olive skin with blonde extensions.
Yeah. Bluest eyes possible.
Yeah.
How big are these things?
They're probably, about that size, a little bit smaller than that.
What do you do? Do you just put clothes on it and then just stare at it?
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I feel like your brain goes through, as a little girl, oh gosh, she's getting hotter and hotter. Yeah, because I remember, oh yes, put a little mean girl headband on her. Okay, Regina George.
Look at this
Okay,
bitch.
Regina George at preschool. Ooh, see what she looks like with blue streaks in her hair.
Ooh.
No American Girl doll. Mine's gonna be a rebel. We grew up in Kentucky. This ain't no Seattle American Girl doll. Nope. What was I saying? Oh, I feel like you go through the shit because I remember like playing with these dolls and these Barbies and like, this is so effed up. But I remember like even as a kid, like mashing my little Barbies' heads together and making them kiss and make out.
Yeah.
And like loving the storyline and like, and it was all in my head. I didn't speak it out loud.
There's two girls.
Sometimes there's two girls.
Maybe that's what your parents walked in on. They saw you with the 2-girl Barbies, and you're going in there. You're going da 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 da, and then you're making them scissor. And then your dad's just like,
oh shit. Yeah. Oh.
He closes the door. He walks back to your mom, and she's like, I'm getting ready to give her Kirsten. He's like, take it back.
Give her the short-haired one.
Get Kit. Get Kit. I told you. She's our shining star, but I told you this little bitch is gay.
Give her make sure she's the one with the horse on it.
Yeah.
Your
mom's like, Katherine's not gay, babe. You keep saying that. He's like, go in there right now.
Look at her. She's got 2 lesbians scissoring each other on a soccer court.
Yeah, and then
soccer court.
And then she opens. Your mom opens the door, and you got 2 of them playing softball together.
Naked.
Yeah, naked. And they're kicking at each other like this. She's like, okay, honey, let's go. We got to go get Kit.
Come on, let's go get the lesbian journalist. It is, it's a weird, and then like all of a sudden you're like, then I don't know, there's like a shift and then you can't play make-believe anymore.
No.
And then your brain doesn't it doesn't compute. You don't want to.
I think I'm trying to think maybe for boys. I think boys it's not that complex. I think the allure of monster trucks is just the sheer size and machinery.
Yeah.
Them things are loud in person. It fucking makes you feel something.
Yeah.
It makes you want to get behind the wheel of it. And
you want to like, do they like crush other smaller cars?
Sometimes it's not really part of it. Here's what I think would change anyone's mind. Because monster trucks are ridiculous. I've had people, I'll post being there, and I've had guys respond and be like, what are you, fucking 9 years old? Acting too cool. And mentally, I can be 9 years old sometimes. But I think when you're sitting there and you see one of those things go like, it literally flies through the air. It's something that big, just kind of doing hang time. Anyone will go, whoa. Yeah,
you're like, that what an experience to be in that truck.
Either that or it's just insane. I don't think you have to be that smart. I think like if you just dumb it down and you see an object that big in the air, you're kind of like, wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We made that.
I mean, they're huge. It looks like a fucking airplane.
I get it.
Yeah.
I can get behind it.
Well, then when they start doing, because they break it out, they try to make it like the Olympics. It's different events,
Yeah.
It's like there's like one for jumps, one for flips, one for freestyle.
And they get judged and scored if they do well.
On the bigger ones, I think that's where they crush stuff.
Do they ever fight?
No, not that I've seen, but sometimes they race, which is kind of interesting. They'll each do a lap.
Do you feel like Monster Trucks is pre-game foreplay for WWE? Or is that a whole different...
No, Monster Trucks is probably like the American Girl doll. Like if you're there without a child, people are going, what the fuck are you doing here, man? And you're trying to explain it. Yeah. I don't even know if it's that. I don't think anyone... I think it's more like, buddy, you got to grow up.
Oh.
I think it's like that.
Okay. What about adults and men that are still into WWE who are adults now who pay taxes?
I'm going to say that it's cool. I ain't gonna shit on that.
Okay. American Girl doll, girl equivalent to Monster Trucks.
Yeah.
WWE equivalent to The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Or The Bachelorette.
I've always compared The Bachelorette with wrestling. I've made that joke frequently.
Wait, really?
Yes. I made that joke frequently on the show where I talk about, it's like, holy fuck, is that Ashlyn? Bam, 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 bam. I'm Christian, white, and brunette.
Yeah.
And I'm going to marry the shit out of you. Oh, fuck.
They do have like backstories and characters.
Yeah.
And there's villains.
Yeah.
Like they do dub people. You're going to be the villain. You're going to be the little angelic virgin of, shit, what am I can't even think of the word. Naive. You're going to be the naive little flower over here. Yeah. My favorite, the limo process, when they
pull up in the beginning.
Yeah. My favorite scene is, I don't even remember the guy's name. He's up there. All the girls are showing up. So he's meeting them all, giving them a hug. Then they're walking in the house. And Caitlin Bristow pulls up. She was the Bachelorette later on. She's so funny. But she walks out and he had like a little sequin on his suit from hugging a girl. And she touches the sequin. She goes, who is she? And I was like, oh, this woman's prime for TV.
Yeah.
But
can we see that? Caitlin Bristow?
Bristow. She's so funny. But you also, when you learn like they I've
always wondered, like at the end where they do the, he picks 3 and they gets to spend the night with each of them.
Yeah.
I've always wondered, because they make it seem like the guy's always, very, I don't want to, and they leave the edit that way. But I'm always thinking they pork.
For sure they pork. It's all, they F with their minds. They're all secluded. They throw alcohol at them.
Yeah. It's every reality
show.
Yeah,
reality. But it's like WWE where, they have the whole script written before this season or whatever starts.
That's confirmed. I didn't know that about The Bachelor.
I don't think it's necessarily confirmed. I think it's like, okay, what are our final 4? We have to have 4 competing
personalities.
We have to have 4. You watch it and you can see.
Yeah.
There's a bit of diversity in the final 3. You always got to have something like that. You know what I mean? You can tell it's very produced.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
Even if he likes one, they're going to make it look like she's not the favorite or whatever.
Yeah. I think I enjoyed, because I never watched The Bachelorette or The Bachelor. I never watched The Bachelor for most of my life. And there was a period of life where I was watching these seasons. Unironically.
What?
I mean, for content, but.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching them. Yeah.
Did you get into it?
I would, in the sense that I would watch it, through my wife. I think what got me into it was she played, and she was trying to tell me, she goes, this show is pretty absurd. And I go, really? How absurd could it be? And then I remember hearing it out of earshot just one night. And there was some conversation about dresses that made me go, I'm curious. And then I'm sitting there watching it. And you're right. Like, the editing telegraphs everything.
Yeah.
So you can kind of just like skip through. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What I found more funny was like reading between the lines on moments and stuff what they leave it in edits and kind of like just people's idle faces and the girls. Here's what I found funny. All the girls are trying to put on a really presentable face.
Perfect persona.
And then there's always inevitably the one girl that comes in and she's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to suck your dick. All these girls, they're afraid to say it. I'm going to suck your fucking cock. And he's like, oh. And they're like, hey, you can't do that. She's like, what? Be a major slut? I don't care. And then she...
Right. Like, and you're like, God, she went far.
Yeah. Like, she just is
He kept her around for a while.
Yes. Yeah. And I always enjoyed that bit because it was always the girl who played heel. She'd always be the most sexual. She would not ever abide by any of the rules. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, these girls are squares. Mm-hmm. She'll be tugging on his fucking, on his belt being like, let's fuck right now.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's the businesswoman.
Yeah.
That's the genius one. She stuck out.
Yeah.
She knows what she was doing. She didn't even like that guy.
Yeah.
She goes, this is TV.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I'm standing out.
And then always there's the girls that like play the rules and then they have the one-on-one and they go, so Colton, I think it would be just a total mess if I didn't tell you the truth about Stacy. She is not very nice to the other girls, and she says all the time that she says she wants to suck your dick so that you'll keep her, but she doesn't intend on being serious. And he's like, well,
he's like, what?
That's awful, and I'm sorry to hear that she said that. She said she's going to do what to me?
Yeah.
She said she's going to suck your dick at the final 3. He's like, really?
She says that, like, she'll do it, but she doesn't even want to. She said that she's thinking about her boyfriend's dick at home while she's doing it. And he's like this, I'm so sorry you're going through that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to talk to her, pull her aside alone and talk to her about this.
And then he does it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey. And she's like, hi.
And he's like, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance.
Yeah, yeah. Because he tries to confront her. He goes, the other girls told me you're being mean. Mm-hmm. She's like, no, I'm not. They're being mean to me. Mm-hmm. They're just not confident. They're insecure. They don't like that I'm confident because I just wear it on my sleeve and that's just the kind of girl I am. They're saying you have a boyfriend. They're making stuff up.
No, honey.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get a tummy time tea sponsorship on Instagram after this. Do you ever want to look at him and be like, is this where you saw yourself?
No, I always look at them and I laugh and I go, whether or not it's produced, the girl that comes in and just says whatever to just dominate to the final 3, I find that to be the most interesting.
I go, I'll see you on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, 100%. I'll see you on 3 more reality shows. She's going for it.
Our Bachelorette was our parents, or our grandparents, Our Days of Our Lives.
Is that what they would watch?
Yeah, but they were like produced stories is what they would call them.
Yeah.
And now we watch like Love Island and The Bachelorette, and we think it's real.
Days of Our Lives I would associate with my grandparents,
Yeah.
But or like great grandparents, excuse me. I was always watched by someone who was very old. I'd be alone in a house with a very old person.
A great grandparent?
Yeah. A person who is they have minutes left. This was my childhood. It'd be a person with minutes left.
They go, we're living minutes of our lives.
Yeah, and they're not even they're just idle at the TV with a wry smile.
And they go, and I'm like, you've seen the storyline 1,000 times.
Yeah, and
yeah, his ex comes back to kill his new, child bride or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Even as a kid, this is how you know where I was at mentally. The camera quality would give me this dark feeling.
Well, because
the style of cinematography.
Well, the studio, you can tell. You're like, oh, okay. So they're sharing this with like a divorce court studio or something like that, and it's very starch and dark and like. It's always like they have the gray walls or something. You know what I mean? And you can just like tell that they don't have a great budget.
Yeah, I'm laughing now because as a kid, I probably didn't realize like how many of the sets were like, well, we can remove, we can take Judge Judy's thing out. You can have the walls, and there's some couches over there, and you can kind of make this a living room. They're like, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, and they're like, and it's like inside, and they just cast a moonlight from a BOGO onto the wall. Like it's so fun. It just it was so crazy that they watched that and we're into it.
We should watch a scene of this in a minute. Do we have to cut? Yeah. Okay, yeah, we should watch the scene. Let's cut and then let's watch a scene of this shit because this will be
so excited.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you can catch us on Days of Our Lives mentally at teamstudios.tv. Yeah, we'll see you there. This week on the bonus.
Everything kind of is an anus. You're going to be begging for a Capri Sun after I'm done with you. I keep trying to listen to this to figure out what you are. You told me about VR the other day, and I've been terrified ever since.
Watch the full episode by signing up for a membership at tmgstudios.tv.